So, as I promised you, this is a bonus video, and you know, Friday is sometimes reserved for bonus videos. It will be about Nemo. This is Nemo. Hey Nemo, don't be crazy. I wanted to do a full video, but then I realized that that is not the best idea. I will explain later. So yeah, roll the intro. In case you are not familiar, Nemo is Caribena versicolor, and the reason why he is called Nemo it is because he just pooped. That often happens when you try to handle Caribenas or avicularias. Anyhow, the reason why he is called Nemo it is because he is the only survivor from the egg-sac that I had with my female. All of his siblings died, and he is the only one that survived from that egg-sac. That's why that name. I think that was a jump. I wasn't really looking, but hopefully it will be visible on the camera. I would also try to get a slow motion jump from him. I'm not sure if that will be possible, but you can see when he is preparing to jump. He's actually in jumping mood. So let's try to get that first before we start with anything else. We need a lot of light for this. He's actually in a really jumping mood, so hopefully I will get this. Wait a minute. Okay, now everything is set. Oh, I think we got this immediately. Let's try it one more time. Nice! He's doing it like on demand almost. But you know what is really interesting? Tarantulas apparently cannot really see, so I don't really know how he knows where he is jumping. Jump, jump. We need a bigger gap. Come on. Show me what you... Ooh! This was awesome! Okay, let me get him inside of his old enclosure. Oh, you little jumper! Anyhow, I'm not really sure if I explained everything well, but originally I wanted to do a full episode, like not a bonus video, but a full episode of me rehousing him into his brand new huge enclosure, temporal enclosure, and also in the same video I would rehouse this avicularia. You see this pretty little fella. So the idea was to rehouse them in the same video together. I mean, not together, not in the same enclosure, but in the same video in their separate enclosures, of course. And I would use my standard 20 by 20 by 30 arboreal enclosure. But then I realized that that is not the smartest thing to do. Even though we often like to think that when it comes to housing tarantulas, the bigger is better, but that is not always the case, especially when you have a tarantula that is not really that big like this, like Nemo, Caribena versicolor. So housing her into an enclosure of that size wouldn't have any benefits for the actual tarantula, but at the same time it will make the maintenance, not maintenance, but feeding far more difficult for me, because when you have a small tarantula inside of enclosure of this size, then it is really easy to feed. You just drop the roach and tarantula will immediately feel where that roach is and will basically immediately grab it. But when you have a big enclosure, you need to hand feed it. I mean, you need to use tweezers to put a roach near the tarantula in order to be certain that tarantula caught the roach. Otherwise, if you just drop the roach in the enclosure, you never know if that roach is just hiding somewhere. And then sometimes when you open an enclosure that you are feeding like that, you can just find 3 or 4 roaches just hiding inside of the substrate or behind the backgrounds, meaning the tarantula didn't eat for few weeks while you were thinking that you were feeding that tarantula. So that's why tarantulas, smaller tarantulas, are always better inside of smaller enclosure. Not smaller enclosure, but the enclosure of the appropriate size. So that is why I decided to scrap the idea of doing a permanent enclosure for Nemo and this avicularia, because she will be fine for one more molt inside of this enclosure, while Nemo will be, for sure, I think 2 molts will be fine inside of this enclosure. So quickly we are just going to rehouse him into this enclosure. And at the same time, the reason why I did this as a bonus video, he's kind of special tarantula because he was the only sole survivor. So a lot of you are invested and want to know how he's doing and what is his progression. So that's why I did this video. Otherwise I would just rehouse him without recording a video, and would do a video with a proper setup, but that's why we have bonus videos, right? Actually, I could have used the second channel for this, but since I'm only uploading once per week here, I don't really need to do that. That's why I think that I will stop using the second channel. But I don't know, things can always change with me. You know the setup, it is pretty straightforward, just a bit of substrate and a cork bark. I just squeeze that cork bark inside, and basically Nemo will just web around. I did the same thing with this avicularia, and you can see the result. You see, there is a web all around, and tarantula can just do whatever. So let's get Nemo inside now. Okay, Nemo, I got a new house for you. You can just stroll inside. There we go. No, 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 no. What, you don't want to go inside? Oh, come on, man. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. He's being a bit cheeky, you see, but he's inside. Now you can web everything up and enjoy the environment. Let me just quickly show you this avicularia up close, and then we can finish this bonus video. You see, it is really a short one, as I said. But she is a bit slower than Nemo, you see. Just, oh, no, 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 don't go there. No! Okay, she's out now. She really doesn't want to go out of the enclosure. Well, okay, it doesn't matter. It is not important to do that anyway. I hope that you enjoyed this short video. If you did, thumbs up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload on Monday and sometimes on Friday. So see you again on Friday. I have something really special on Friday. Bye.